there is not one, but two computers today, and also two people today for cleaning this computer. You are ready, Jason?
Yes, I'm ready.
Perfect! Let's go! Hello everyone, Anthony here. Welcome to another video. As I say in the introduction, two computers. I've bought it for a very few price that we will clean and rebuild with more performance. Then, this is the two computer. We will ask maybe later why this computer is there. There is a reason. It's his computer.
Yes.
Yeah. You have already seen it on a previous video when I talked about a low-spec gaming PC, but it was not mine, it was the Jason's ones. Maybe some part will be interesting during the rebuilding and the reconditioning of these two computers. We will see. That's why I told him to take it for this video. Okay, to introduce the two computers here, we have both HP. That's rare that I take HP for me. I didn't have an HP computer for myself in my collection, but anyway, it's not important. It's still a good brand to work on it, to clean the computer and to simply rebuild something usable for somebody who wants a computer not especially high-end and powerful, but largely enough for his usage. Well, we have this one from 2012. This is the HP Pro 3400, and this one is the HP Compact 600 or 6000. No, 6000, I say. Let me check. It's not written. No, it's written. HP 6005. So it is with an AMD processor. I'm a bit surprised, but anyway, it could be more fun with an AMD processor than an Intel, just for change. You ready?
I'm ready.
Perfect. Let's go then. We will do both computers in the same time. Jason will take one. I will give you another one. Okay? And I will start with the older one. Okay? Let's start. Okay, it's finally done. We have completely disassembled the two computers. You have a great time?
Yes, I will be a great time.
Perfect. We will continue just a little part with the main part of cleaning, especially this very big kind of dust on this one. This one is dirtier than this one, just to have a look before and after. So as you see, we have cleaned all the parts. It takes lots of time.
Yes.
Maybe what, 2 hours, more or less.
Yes, 2
Yeah.
hours.
2 hours, more or less. Then now, because everything is clean, as you can just see, we are ready to rebuild the computer. We will stay with the stock configuration first. The first part we will do on the restoration will be the BIOS update, and for that I prefer to have all components stock, and after that we upgrade the computer. Let's go. Computer are rebuilt and perfectly clean, as you have seen. Well, sometimes there were some parts not perfect, but it's just fine. It's a computer that is now really old. This one is from 2011. I was watching. It was a bit more modern than I was expecting. And this one 2012. So okay, it's fine to say that a computer 9 or 10 years old, it's enough clean.
Yes.
We agree with that. So all the upgrades will be here, but will not be for today, because as you can see, it's a little dark outside. It takes some time, so we will divide it in 2 parts for us. For you, it will be in a few minutes or seconds. The only thing we will do is the BIOS update. Everything is rebuilt with the main components. That's why we also didn't change the thermal paste. Because the CPU will be changed just after. For a BIOS update, the original one will do the job just for this time, so it's okay. Funny part, just today, I received this, and I'm pretty sure this is the CPU upgrade for this computer. I didn't open it, I'm doing it in live with you. This is not the correct. So, surprise, surprise. Up. Yep, this is the CPU, okay. Yeah. Okay, it's not that clean, but well, I can do that. You can see it, huh? But anyway, Phenom 2, Phenom 2 spot. Yeah. AMD didn't really precise on the older model which precise model is it, except if you know the series of character. But okay, this is the CPU I've purchased. Cool. The only thing I don't know if it is compatible with this computer. Normally yes, after lots of search on the web, but sometimes we have surprise.
Yes.
Then we will see. So we put it just like this. So I always think so in my head. We have the CPU, the other CPU. I can take it from this part, it's just here. So this is an i5 2400, which will be clearly better than the cellular one inside. This is the CPU part, and for the GPU, some bad news. I've bought some 750 Ti, as I told you, but it didn't work on the machine. We tried, because the computer simply don't recognize a graphic card which is too new for it. I will leave you in the description the link to a forum who's saying that, people saying that about this. Okay. Other part, both computer, we will check how we will build that but they will have SSDs. And of course, GPU upgrade, as you can see. This one will have an NVIDIA GT 610, which is not a graphic card for games, we agree with that, but it will largely enoughly better than the integrated one, a fanless edition. And on this one, this is the last graphic card I bought, already cleaned by myself, largely before us. GTX 550 Ti, almost 2 to 3 times less powerful than the 750 Ti, but for the machine with an i5 to 2400 it will be okay. So it will be a serious improvement anyway.
Yes.
We won't do that today for us. We'll just start the computer because we haven't didn't do that. See, maybe something is wrong. Maybe. And do the BIOS update if it's okay.
Yes. Yes. From.
Okay, then let's go. So Jason is connecting devices. Yes, the VGA is fine. Yeah. The screen is on. Okay. Did I give you the power cord? No, power cord is over there. Can just connect without this power cord.
Yes.
There. We can remove the one with the speakers. It's the biggest one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Up. Connecting. Smoke test. Tuck.
Yes.
Okay. And then big boom or not? No, fine. We have a picture. The screen turned green, so it's a good sign. And yes, Windows logo. So we've done a great job.
Yes. Very great job.
You can take this USB key. No, not this one. No. And when it will boot, simply connecting it. Oh, give me. I'll do it. It's fine. Up. Even if Windows still booting, we can connect USB. It's not a problem. Here we go. Don't ask me for the password because I don't remember it, but you found it last time. It was the one what it was written. We will see. On this one, upgrading the BIOS will be easy. Because there were not really restrictions. This is the new system of HP. Then simply click on the executable. It's okay. So if you are asking, that's why we will upgrade later to an SSD, because it's clearly an error. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it was simply that. The best password in the world, of course, if you want a security lessons with a security password on Windows, you can ask the people who they setting up this computer. You agree with that? No? You're right. Simply when it was possible, you can go to this PC. Hard disk drive, Celeron, 4 gigs of RAM on Windows 10. This is 4 things that it cannot be together. But why not? Simply remove hard disk drive to SSD will be fine, huh? But no. Up. Can maybe try? This is the Explorer folder. Ouf, si on tape peut-être.
Ouais.
Ça sera peut-être mieux.
eBay.
Yes, no? Okay, fine. So you can go to my USB key. I will. So this is the one with the newer logo, not with the AMD mention. SP and the number. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've put the correct name to make something easy. So operating system. It was saying Windows 7, but it's not a problem. You can do it on a Windows 10 in this situation. It's fine. Yeah, okay. Accept.
We're gonna read out this.
Nobody read the ULR. No. But of course, you always agree with that. And when we have a problem, it's your entire fault, of course. Yeah, click next. The version is installed here. It's the 7.15. So yeah, here it is the 7.16. So it was already an up-to-date version, maybe because the computer was saved a bit later. Please close any application. Always be careful when you make a BIOS update, of course. If it fails, it could be something critical. But it's fine here. Do not turn off this PC during update. Okay. I don't know what it will do that on the newer HP. Finish program did not complete in normally. Give me the mouse. It seems that he's doing anyway. Clicking OK then, because
Boom.
nothing. And that's funny that this part is still there. Okay, maybe it's normal.
Yeah, it's a problem, but it's normal.
For a small mistake, it seems that if you don't have a Windows 7, it simply won't work. So we'll do a pause with that one, and we'll do it alone after. It's not that important anyway. Okay, so then the other computer. La règle du troisième sens, toujours le bon.
Oui.
En dessous, non?
Yes.
Il faut appuyer dessus, ça n'allumera pas. And here we go. Doop. Still work. I'm a bit surprised by the fun at full speed.
In summer, the fan is good.
I hope it will not run that hot, but normally no. Okay, I don't really understand what's really happening in this situation, but it seems that it returned to the normal. I also put some things. Okay, the XDR has crashed, but anyway, from the other side. Well, okay, so I insert the key. I doesn't really understand what's happening. I leave you doing the BIOS update. In this situation, it's a good case that we have Windows 7 because on the Windows 10, these HP models simply won't work. No, not this one. Yep. In general, when the fan increases the speed like this on this OM model, is that the processor is doing a thermal throttling. But yeah, maybe just before the BIOS update. Nice. Decide to be okay. Then so you can go next. You agree with the ULA? Yeah. You can close that one. It's not automatic. It's not automatic, so yeah, go to this computer and check that. Ordinateur.
Huh?
Computer.
Ah, oh, okay.
We'll start it manually. OS, the C drive. SW setup. Didn't see it. The file, this is one. Okay, that's one. Ouais. HPQ flash. And then this is the HPQ flash without password because the BIOS doesn't have a password protection. Yes. A bit slow. Interface is better, really. Normally it will say which version we have. Yeah, next. So we have the version 1.11 and we'll install the 1.17. Yeah, not that bad. Next. And the fan didn't increase the speed again. We don't understand, huh?
He was just excited.
Maybe, yeah. The few first seconds it's normal, but after the BIOS initialization, after the post, normally it seems to be okay, but well, it pauses during the entire Windows boot. It's normal. Okay, it will automatically reboot when you press continue. It's normal. Even if I don't need my USB key, do not remove it. I do not removing it until the first post is done with the newer version. It's really important. It could work if you do it, but don't take the risk. If it's brick just because of that, it's completely stupid. Too risky. And yep, it's green. Here we go, 1.17. Done. Okay, on this one we know that the latest BIOS is up to date. Ah, it boot on my USB key. Okay, never mind. But great job. Well, because it wasn't a good idea to use Windows 10 and I have a Windows 7 on a hard disk drive just for this operation, that's what I will try now. Hope this will work fine. It seems that yes. Just to be from the 7.15 to the 7.16. Because the GUI doesn't seem to change anything, I'm trying that in command prompt, but with the help command, and I'm not really safe about this, so we will check that. I don't know if it's enough. Say okay and done. So we will try it only like this. $7.16. Okay, it seems fine. Computer setup. Okay, it's fine. Woo! It was something. So I have to do that in command prompt, and then I came to my first things. You can do that on a Windows 10 or Windows 8. If at least you have a command prompt run at an administrator. Sure, it was fine. Okay, BIOS is done. Hey, so we are for the part 2 upgrade of the PC. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. So we will do both at the same time. But for example, the RAM, we will take the RAM from there to add it on this one. And there is only a new one for this computer. There was some part like this for some things. For the CPU, both will get a CPU upgrade. Normally, no problem with the Intel series here. I'm a bit more worried about the HP with the AMD Phenom because I don't test it. It will be a surprise. We also add 2 SSD as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but it's just to make, je sais pas comment dire, rappel, both 120 GB SSD. Windows is already pre-installed on it. I've done it off camera, so it's just to have a bit more time for this part. Okay. I remember which one is for which computer.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. For the GPU on this one, we need a low-profile graphics card, so we will take this one. This is a graphics card that you know a bit. It was on his Dell Inspiron 530, which we will need apart the power supply, but not for this graphic card and this computer, but for this computer and this graphic card. Because we have the 6-pin connector and the power supply on this model doesn't have it. So we need that. Seems we are okay to start the upgrade. We're opening the 2 computers. The third one is this one, just to get the power supply. Maybe some will ask, and for the sticker, what's happening? Yeah, of course, with the swap of the of both a power supply, you won't see it, but it's still fine, and they were still both compatible, so there is absolutely no problem. This one has the 6-pin connector, that's why it will go to this one for this graphics card if you have forgotten 30 seconds before, or if you don't understand. Let's go?
Let's go.
Yeah, maybe some will not like putting the computer like this on another one. Well, it's not very big problem. They still old and they don't get so much scratch, so it will be fine. Well, we run into a small issue. The 12 pins connector is not long enough to get to the main CPU connector. We need to think a bit about what we will do, because actually we don't have any solution. Replacing the power supply is of course a good idea. Normally I have two in stock, but I absolutely don't have any idea where there is. I've searched it for a few days for another reason and I didn't find it. Well, at least we will try first one upgrade, or we will continue this upgrade but without replacing, without adding the graphics card. But at least we will start by replacing RAM and CPU, and also add the SSD. Of course, this is not the ideal situation to clean the cooling system, but in this situation, even if it's a bit not wet, sec, dry, I think it's dry, the whole thermal component remove easily, and it will do the job. So fine for that part. But in a real situation, you can use alcohol with a small, with a cleaner application to be sure to remove the whole thermal component, which I've already done in a previous video, as you already see. But here we unfortunately don't have so much big time. And as I said, this is not a gaming computer. It will not run that hot, so it will not be something crazy. Then, because we have rebuilt the upgraded PC, in general I didn't put the thermal paste before testing the CPU, because if it doesn't work on the machine, you simply put thermal paste for nothing. So it's a bit stupid. In this situation, I was recording, I don't want to stop, and I was confident. I've got search on the website, so it's fine. But sometimes you have surprise, and that's why I prefer be sure to test electrically the system. And turn it on. Smoke test. It's right. You turn off. It's maybe normal. And it starts. It seems that it doesn't prompt anything. In general, sometimes when you have an HP or a Dell or even a Lenovo, I've got that on a Lenovo, the post stopped to say the amount of RAM has been changed or CPU, new CPU installed, something like this. to say that, okay, I've detected new component. Well, it doesn't do that in this situation. And because we didn't format the hard disk drive, it also boot on the hard disk drive, which we doesn't want that. We need to format that, of course, but maybe later it will be changed. I'm not sure that I will reset it with old data on it. Or we will make a complete clean cycle. But at least, as you can see, it works. Yes, it works. Unfortunately, without the GPU, it's a shame somewhere because I've cleaned it off camera because it was really dusty, and it still smells smoke a bit. No? Yeah. Okay. The head is enough. But anyway, of course, that's not why it smells smoke that it doesn't work. Of course, I've already tried it. It's fine on an other system. We will stay clean. That's a good point. After four attempts, maybe, I was able to get the boot menu. I will first go to this part. But well, you will maybe not see it from far away, but we can tell him also. We've seen that my i5 CPU was perfectly detected, and also my 8 gigs of RAM. Of course, it won't boot if it wasn't the case, but just to tell it. i5 CPU, 3.1 GHz, which is better than the previous at 2. Don't remember. The maximum supported, if you have the good CPU, is 16 GB of RAMs. On a machine like this and with GTX 550 Ti, it's absolutely useless. The best graphic card that it could work on this machine is a 600 series from NVIDIA, which is not that powerful if you take that at this moment. But even if you are putting that 16 gig of RAMs, I think it's completely useless. You seems to be agree. 8 gigs is fine with Windows 10, Windows 11, even for desktop tasking. You're opening Chrome, having an antivirus running, and multiple programs still open, like your Excel or your Word. So even on the desktop task, you want something that can handle all of that. 8 gigs is okay, for sure. So I don't understand why when I was installing Windows 11, it still boot on the legacy mode and not on the UEFI. When I said stupid machine, I'm really kind of it. But what I will do is put SATA 3 because I am connected to the SATA 3 in first place to be sure that it boot on the SSD. You will see a major difference compared to the Windows 10. You have seen the Windows 10 boot with the original spec?
Nope.
No? Or you don't remember?
Nope, I didn't see it.
If I don't do that, I don't remember. It was 1 week, sorry. You will see it on the video then. You will get a time if I put that in normal mode, but not sure. You will see the difference and you will see it also with an SSD and the i5. But even the Windows 10 was booting faster. I can tell you. Except that. Is the name and time still correct? Okay. F1046 save change and exit. And we normally don't need to go to the post anymore. Clearly faster. Of course, the system is empty, so it helps also a bit. But now this is a real good machine. We didn't put the sound, sorry for that, but it is not necessary in this situation. Okay, so the machine works. I will put the internet, I forgot that. What I want to know is keep the Windows 11 activation. It's a Windows 11 home, if you are asking. Properties. PC HP Pro 3400. That's the name I've done on this PC. Intel i5, 8 gig of RAMs, Windows 11 Home, and the activation. You can see it. Oh yeah, that's the first time you see Windows 11.
Yes.
It will discover a bit more on this old PC before maybe make the update on your main one.
Yeah.
It's a better idea.
I think yeah.
I also didn't do it on my main one, so on my professional one from the first day, because we want to try it, and I'm an IT manager, so it's normal somewhere to test it. I don't really get any issue. Maybe a bit more with one or two things, but after a month, I think it's only driver issue, so it may be my fault. I forced some installation, but otherwise the system was okay, so I have nothing to say on it. Interface is a bit different, but just a bit reworked, not something crazy. System activation. Okay, it's still active, so it's okay. Normally, if you change lots of components, Windows could be disabled. That's false. The main part you mustn't change on a machine to remove the activation is the motherboard, because this is the main component. You are removing the CPU, it's still the same motherboard with the same serial number. You are changing the amount of RAM, it's only a memory allocation. Windows don't care about that. Normally it must be disabled, but Windows don't care. At the moment it's still the same machine, you just upgrade it. It's still the same, okay, we'll not repay it for that. Okay. So this one perfectly work. Good job. And voila, my computer is just down. You probably won't see it. It's a bit hidden. I'm arrived to the shop to resell it. We will see how much I will get. Unfortunately, I can't record while I will reselling the computer, simply because they, of course, don't agree about that. So we will get a look just after. Et ben voilà. And then, for conclusion, I've got a total of 80 euros. Yeah, okay, you are seeing actually 75, and that's normal. I take also this small video game from Xbox because I love retro games, as you can understand. I've already have it on PC, but it could be fun on the first generation Xbox. Cool. Time for the other one with the GPU installs, because this one is complete. Just I will make later a cleaner build. Let's see first if it works. Well, it power on and power off when you plug the power, so for me it's fine. Lights stay green. Okay, we've got it. Then for BIOS, but this one will interrupt me. Ah no. I don't understand. Maybe it's because I pressed the BIOS button. Make English for people. I won't make this ever again. But I don't understand why the fan is still running at full speed until it boots. I don't have the answer. But anyway. So yes, Phenom 2 X4 955 processor. So it's a quad core installed instead of a dual core. Yes. As you see, it runs slower. It's fine. 6 gigs of RAM.
You don't want to listen to you.
Maybe a later fix will be necessary. I will check, but maybe nothing important. Maybe it's not perfectly reversed, but I'm pretty sure all four screw was fine. I will get a look. Don't worry about this. Where I was. The CPU, okay. It's running at 3.2 GHz compared to 3 well, not a major difference, but still okay. But at least it's a 4-core, so performance will be clearly upgraded. I forgot to make a Cinebench test. But anyway, 6 gigs of RAM instead of 2, which 2 is clearly not enough for Windows 7. It's more or less fine. For Windows 10, not at all. Even 4 sometimes could be a bit hard to run. 6, okay. A machine is a bit old, okay. Windows 11, no difference with Windows 10. BIOS update was done a few moments. It seems to run as fast as the other. Cool. There is no driver. The sound, there is an integrated speaker, so that's why we heard a little sound. What is missing on this machine is the driver, graphics driver. Of course, we have changed it. I will insert it. And we make the installation. Okay, it's possible that with internet it will do automatically, we will see, but well, we'll check. If it's not on my key, it's not on my key. It's not on my key. No, okay, I know. A moment. I've used, if I remember correctly, a temporary drive, and there is also a game on it to make a small test. Not this. Up. So it's a USB 3 drive, normally in a metal box. You see, when I didn't find the word, I tried something else. It's fine. Huh? So normally it's on a metal box, but because it's a necessary of removing the entire box to put a drive, I simply keep the electronic part. Up.
The third one is correct.
Yes, the third side, that's not the third one. And there is not enough power. We'll try behind. In this situation, it's okay. Go ahead. Games folder. I'm not sure this is the correct one. Try the. Yeah. But I'm a bit septic. It's normal that it's slow, it still has USB 2 drive. So meanwhile we are downloading the driver. As you will probably see, it automatically installs it via the Windows Update system. But anyway, we will install the latest version from the website because it's not the latest one installed. You can proceed. We must put yes.
Yes, times. But I did it the first time, but...
Well, anyway. We've also taken the time during the download to change the wallpaper to make something more HP. Because we love Elwood Packard. That's what we have said during the beginning of the video, isn't it? Okay, we can continue the installation. But this part, you know, not an express one. Check where is the custom one. So the actual install was the 388 the newer and latest version, just 391, which is still okay. It didn't install PhysicX, it didn't install GeForce Experience that you can uncheck because we don't need it on this situation. 3D vision, we can leave it. Audio, you can leave it. Okay, we'll just uncheck, I think, new system, and you can make a new installation from scratch. The first game we are trying, Metro 2033. Just the frame rate on the main menu, or maybe we will play a bit, we'll see. This is the first start, so we didn't make any change on graphical setting. The game is a bit old, and a quad-core is maybe largely enough, but the dual-core could be a bit limit. Even at 3 GHz, well, you don't need less on an AMD dual-core CPU, this kind of machine. Quad-core, no limit with the CPU, we're okay. So it only could be a GPU bottleneck. I don't know what I want. 800 by 600, low quality, so the minimal possible. DirectX 9. Oops. I can put DirectX 11 if I want, but I think it's a pretty bad idea. It runs less good. We say worst, but it. Okay. Texture filtering for X, it's the minimum. So we are at the very minimum. No overclock actually. I need to put a bit of my keyboard control just to be sure. No, it's fine. It's a QWERTY mode. It will be enough for the first. Yeah, I'm playing on easy because it's just to test. I'm largely able to play hard, but
He's not a baby gamer.
you're not a baby gamer as well.
I don't think so.
I didn't start a benchmark test for recording the frame rate you have range. Wow. It's just the feeling in this situation. The 610 is not a graphical video game graphics card. But so far it's not that bad. Da. The CPU fans increase speed.
Yes.
Ah. Did I need to do something? The keyboard is absolutely a mess to play. Ah.
Check those crates for ammo and med packs.
Well, I'm not badly surprised. It was clearly worse than my first laptop, which is from 2008. This one is from 2011, surprisingly, but upgraded with a quad-core and a GT 610. It's like a 2012, 2013. Of course, a bit worse when I'm outside. Yes. For me, it's fine for now. Keep the main menu. I don't know if doing that will be a problem for that overclock that I know more or less for this graphic card. We're doing something a bit safe, but maybe it's not stable on this one, I don't know. As I've already said, maybe on a previous video, an overclock is not an over, even if it's the same chip, and you will know it with my explanation. It could be best or not. Sometimes a GPU or CPU is more resistant. Graphical bug, so I need to restart it anyway. Already here. Est-ce que t'es dans l'ordre? Ouais, tu gênes pas. Already here we have a better FPS, so far so good, and on the main menu, yeah, we've got 7 more FPS, so it sounds, as I said, it's not a GPU, it's a bit a GPU bottleneck on this situation. We are not here to say that's a gaming machine, of course. Your turn. The frame rate is clearly better. Okay. Cool. You ever played Metro or never? Do you ever play Metro or never? Never? No. Press on pause.
Let's go. Check those crates for ammo and medpacks. Anything at you? Okay.
Oh yeah, 73 FPS of peak. We don't need an average, it's largely enough. If that.
Looks like nobody's home.
And outside, that's the part I want to see. Put your mouse, skip.
This is the corrective performance. Let's see you close up there.
Well, yeah, we get our 30 FPS. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice experiment. Okay. I don't know which game we'll test further. That one with a benchmark integrated. Yeah, of course, Metro has a benchmark. We just want to see if it's fluent or not. But we'll try another game. Maybe if I'm stand up, they will not looking at me anyway. You can leave the game if you want. To make a conclusion, then with the two computers, we will see the price when I both the both computers and the investment I made on it for each ones. I've got for the both computers 70 euros, so I will divide it by 2 for the two computers to make things easier. 35 euro for the first one, 35 euros for the second one. If you are talking about the oldest one, which is the last computer we have seen,
Only the processor has been bought for upgrade the machine. The rest is from the other HP machine and also from the Dell of Jason. So we have an invest of 15 euro, which only that. On the other computer, the graphics card is the greatest investments, and the i5 was also took for another computer. So a very few investments. I know it's possible to have more to buy and get less valuable price, but in my situation I was maybe a little lucky to have a little more when I resold it. The oldest one was sell to 80 euros, so it's better than just buying the two computers uh, before upgrading it, and the other one later was resell at 150 euros to a end user. Someone just don't have enough money to buy a new computer and want to have access to video games, not the latest one, but at least a maximum number of it, which is really fine. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you like the video. And again, I see you in the next video.